that Hi, I'm Pinchas Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. Recently, we took a trip to Rachel, Nevada to the famous Area 51. NASA just recently announced that there are 7 planets in a solar system 40 light years away that are Earth-sized planets and potentially could house life. 3 of the 7 are in what they call the Goldilocks zone, and it's just far enough away from that star that it would be able to, in theory, support life. So we're taking a little trip today, a little road trip to Area 51 out in the middle of Nevada. We're going to get as close as we possibly can, see if we can see anything. There's a lot of speculation what goes on at Area 51. Some people say that it's just government, air testing new planes and whatnot. Some people claim that it's experiments with time travel, and other people suggest that there's some sort of UFO or alien connection going on over there. So we'll see what we can find. We're here in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, and this is the last gas station stop, I think, for 2 or 3 hours. So filling up right here and continuing the journey. Oddly, as we got closer to Area 51, all of the audio on our camera equipment had this whistling, so we had to re-record some of the audio here and now. In order for a planet to be habitable for life, it has to be in the proper distance away from its star. Recent studies suggest that 1% of all of the stars in the universe have a planet on it that is in the habitable zone. Meaning, statistically speaking, there are 100 billion planets that can support life on them. Just to put that number in perspective, that's 100 habitable planets for every grain of sand on planet Earth. So the question becomes, with all the statistical probability that there is life out there, how come there has never been life? How come no one has ever visited us before? In other words, there's so much potential, how come nothing practical has ever come to fruition on planet Earth? This paradox is what's known as the Fermi Paradox, that there's so much statistical potential, but nothing empirical has ever been found on planet Earth. As we pulled up on the Alien Research Center, we soon discovered that it was more a very elaborate gift shop. Anyway, we continue talking about what the Fermi Paradox, how scientists have seemed to resolve the Fermi Paradox. Again, the Fermi Paradox says that with all the statistical probability for life out there, how come nothing tangible has ever come here? How come no alien spacecraft or intelligent life has visited here, or even that we've ever picked up on their signals? So there are 2 camps in the scientific community about how to deal with that paradox. One side of the aisle suggests that maybe life in the universe really is rare and that we are alone in the universe, perhaps. Another side suggests different reasons why alien life has not come to visit planet Earth. As far as those who say that we are alone in the universe, they might say that in addition to the Earth being the right distance away from the sun, that there are other unique qualities about our place in our solar system, our place in our galaxy, and our galaxy's place in the universe that enable life to be housed here on planet Earth, that are not common very often in the universe. As Donald Brownlee, professor of astronomy at University of Washington, says, that most places in the universe are really difficult for life, are almost impossible for life. It's only Garden of Eden places like Earth where life can exist. In other words, life in the universe is very rare, and we may be the only ones out there. The other side of the aisle, and this is probably the majority of the scientific community, says that there are reasons for the Fermi Paradox. There are reasons why we have never picked up on any signals, or that we've never been visited by alien life. So some of the suggestions are maybe alien civilizations have come here, but before written history. So in other words, it was before 6,000 years ago, and there's just no record of it. Another suggestion is that perhaps as a civilization gets so advanced, they just end up destroying themselves, and that's why they've never come to visit us. Another interesting suggestion is suggested by New York physicist Michio Kaku, who says that the beings out there are so super advanced that they don't want to trouble themselves visiting little primitive planet Earth. He compares it to having a 10-lane superhighway and then an anthill on the side of the road. Those in the anthill can't even comprehend what's going on the 10-lane superhighway, and neither do the people on the highway want to come visit the anthill and see what's going on over there. And he says that, little us, primitive us on planet Earth, we can't even understand or comprehend, pick up on the signals because they're so far advanced that we have no connection with them, and they don't want to even trouble themselves with us. At the end of the day, the jury is still out, and this is all speculation. But what does the Torah say about alien life, or the potential for alien life out there? After buying a shot glass, a magnet, and a t-shirt that says "I survived Area 51" in the gift shop, we asked the owner for some directions on how to proceed. He then told us a story about how he was abducted by aliens, and we were on our way. There's the gate to Area 51. This is the actual back gate to Area 51, the facility in Rachel, Nevada. I don't know what's behind those gates, but I know what our Jewish tradition teaches. And in fact, our Jewish literature, or Torah literature, throughout the ages has had a fairly wide spectrum as to whether or not extraterrestrial life could exist. The first one to really address it is Rabbi Chazdoi Kreshkash in the Middle Ages. He's open to the idea of alien life, that there could be life on other planets in the universe. His student, Rabbi Yosef Albo, disagreed with his teacher. He's the author of Sefer Ikrim. He writes that no, there is no other place in the universe that has life on it, that Earth is something unique to Earth. A few centuries later, Rabbi Pinchas Horowitz, a Kabbalist in the 18th century, wrote in his Sefer Abris extensively about whether or not extraterrestrial life could exist or not. He's for the idea, he's open to the idea. That he suggests that there could be life on other planets, although there's one caveat in that we are the only life, human life is the only life that has free choice, that we can make the choice between moral rightness and moral wrongness. And he brings a proof from this. He brings a proof of this idea from a verse in the book of Judges, the Song of Devorah, which says, "Cursed is Meros, cursed is its inhabitants." And the Talmud actually writes that one of the opinions that what the inhabitants of Meros is that Meros is a star, and its inhabitants perhaps could be inhabitants of this star, of this planet, of another world. In fact, the Lubavitcher Rebbe also endorsed this idea when Velvel Green, a scientist working in NASA's exobiology, wrote to the Rebbe about whether or not he should continue his search for extraterrestrial life. The Rebbe wrote back that, why not? Why limit God? Why not explore and see the greatness of the universe? And so one thing is for sure, our Jewish tradition is definitely open to the idea of extraterrestrial life. I don't know if it's found right there, but we are open to the idea. Whether it exists or not, that we'll have to talk about later. So after a really fun trip, we didn't see any alien life, but we did take in a lot of really good scenery, and we were able to see the infamous Area 51 mailbox, where UFO enthusiasts from around the world gather in hopes that they will place their letter in, and ET will read it on the other side. Let's tie it all together. Judaism is open to the idea of extraterrestrial life. The only caveat being we, human beings, are the only creature, the only entity in the entire universe that has free will. We're the only ones of making the decision between right and wrong. Other entities might be out there, other beings, other creatures, but we, us alone on planet Earth here, are the only ones that have free will. Let's talk about, just for a second, what it means to have life here on planet Earth. We are not only the proper distance away from our star, but there are a lot of other factors that go into making life available here on planet Earth. If we were a little bit closer to the sun, we would burn up. Life would not be able to exist. If we were a little bit farther away, we would freeze, and life would also not be able to exist. Planet Jupiter, if it wasn't where it was in the solar system, we would have some problems with life as well. If it were a little bit larger or a little bit closer to us, Earth would be pulled out of the life zone from Jupiter's gravity, would be pulled out of the life zone from the sun. We'd be out of the proper distance to support life. If Jupiter were a little bit smaller or a little bit farther away, the Earth would be bombarded with asteroids constantly. Jupiter functions in its place in the solar system as sort of a guardian, a little guardian angel for planet Earth in order to deflect some of the asteroid impacts that would come to us. Additionally, if all the factors in our solar system were just as they are, everything, Jupiter's where it's supposed to be, we're the proper distance away from the sun, we have a moon which controls our tides, and we're spinning at the right speed, all those things, let's say that those are good, but our solar system, we're in a different part of the galaxy, that would also throw off different things, and life would not be able to be supported. If everything, all the things about our solar system were proper, and we were in the proper place in our galaxy, but our galaxy was in a different location amongst other galaxies in our galactic cluster, also Earth would not be able to support life. So if you think about it, life on Earth is not only dependent on different factors here on Earth coming together properly, but so many different things in our solar system, in our galaxy, in other galaxies, in our galactic cluster, and the universe at large have to be just so that life should be able to be supported here. So in order for us to breathe and do things and experience the life that we have, everything in the universe has to be just so. So with all of this created, all of this happening just so that we can make conscious choices here, make good free will decisions here, why don't we start by making some good choices and uplifting not only ourselves, but the entire universe as well?